Some thrillers entertain. Others haunt. But the rare few reconfigure your brain chemistry. The 1970s were an experimental playground for directors teetering on the edge of madness and brilliance. And boy, did they deliver. Today, we're diving into 5 obscure yet brain-melting thrillers that will leave you questioning everything from your childhood memories to the behavior of small, silent children on vacation. These are twisted cerebral fever dreams that still haven't fully unpacked themselves from our collective psyche. If you're into vintage mind games, psychological detours, and seriously unhinged characters, hit that like button, drop your favorite unsettling flick in the comments, and subscribe for more weekly rabbit holes. Trust us, you're going to want to stay until number 1. Let's start with a film that feels like watching a therapy session through a keyhole, while the house is on fire. A Reflection of Fear is the cinematic equivalent of waking up from a nap and not knowing what year it is. Directed by William A. Fraker, it stars Robert Shaw, yes, Quint from Jaws, as a distant father trying to reconnect with his daughter Marguerite, played with restraint by Sandra Locke. But wait, Marguerite lives in a crumbling mansion with a collection of dolls that may or may not speak to her, a dead grandmother preserved like a museum exhibit, and the kind of Oedipal undertones that make Hamlet seem emotionally well-adjusted. The film hides a twist so daring for the early 70s that even today it would spark Reddit infernos. It's not just a thriller, it's a psychoanalytic opera in slow motion.
An isolated house. What secret lies behind its walls? Marguerite's father returns, bringing with him a reflection of fear. Why does Marguerite cling so desperately to her father? Is it fear or desire? One by one, they come face to face with a reflection of fear.
I tell you, it was Aaron.
Aaron is one of Marguerite's doll friends.
Mickey, don't go up there.
You stay down here.
Don't ever let a man touch you. That touch is death, death, death.
Inspector, I do realize I'm in a very vulnerable position. This all happens the night of the day I arrived.
The dark side of innocence casts a reflection of fear.
The only thing more unstable than early 70s London? The characters in Straight On Till Morning. This overlooked gem from Hammer Films, yes, the studio known for Dracula capes and overlit crypts, takes a surprising detour into urban dread. The story follows Brenda, a shy Liverpudlian girl who writes fairy tales and moves to London in search of a prince to father her imaginary child. You heard that right. She doesn't want love, she wants a human sperm donor wrapped in romantic delusion. Enter Peter, a handsome sociopath with a Great Dane and the emotional depth of a broken toaster. Played with icy detachment by Shane Bryant, Peter decorates his lies with glitter and barbed wire. The way he weaponizes charm is so subtle you won't realize you're disturbed until you're 30 minutes into your own moral breakdown. The movie creeps rather than sprints, slowly building to a finale that is as quietly horrifying as it is deeply sad. Fairy tales are just horror stories with better PR, and Straight On Till Morning tears that PR to shreds.
I do not want you to go out.
A love story from Hammer that takes you straight on and into a strange world of extraordinary pathos. Beauty was for killing. Killing.
Why, Wendy?
Was he? He knew many kinds of women, But beauty for this man was an ugly sin, an obscenity to be destroyed.
Remember My Name is what happens when revenge decides to slow cook itself for 90 minutes, simmering in the performance of Geraldine Chaplin like a vengeful pot of existential gumbo. Written and directed by Alan Rudolph, this film isn't flashy. It doesn't stab you, it erodes you. Chaplin plays Emily, recently released from prison and immediately stalking her ex-husband and his new wife with the calm menace of someone who's done this in her head 1,000 times already. What makes this movie so quietly terrifying is Chaplin's performance. She doesn't scream. She rearranges the furniture in your mind. The film's use of diegetic sound, no soundtrack, just creaking floors and clinking glasses, makes everything feel naked and unfiltered, like you're eavesdropping on real people unraveling. Every scene is dipped in dread, and by the time the title phrase finally lands, it's less a request and more a chilling incantation.
Honey, is there anything wrong between you and Neil?
Why didn't you tell me about the garden earlier?
Should we call the police?
I don't want to deal with the police.
I don't want us to get hurt.
Nobody's getting hurt, Barbara.
Who are you?
Hey.
You liar! When were you married to her?
It was a long time ago. It was New York City. It's got nothing to do with us.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
God
you
damn it,
liar?
Barbara, will you come on?
Just from the title, Who Can Kill a Child? Sounds like a riddle told by a ghost in a burned-down orphanage. Also known as Island of the Damned, this Spanish film is so unsettling it was banned in multiple countries and renamed several times to soften the emotional trauma. But no title could prepare you for this. A British couple on holiday arrive at a quaint island off the coast of Spain, only to find it completely overrun by murderous children. Not possessed. Not zombies. Just kids. With sticks. And smiles. And intent. The film's horror lies in its restraint. There is no over-the-top gore. Just a slow-burn realization that the rules of civilization no longer apply. It plays like a Mediterranean Lord of the Flies written by Stephen King. And who can kill a child? It's certainly not a riddle you want to solve. But it will certainly mess with your head for a few days.
These people are on their way to a peaceful island paradise. That it's a nice place to visit, but you could never live there. Island of the Damned, where something strange is happening, and only they know why. You can see the innocence in their eyes. What you can't see is the evil in their hearts. Island of the Damned.
There is something wrong on this island. What's going on? What are those shouts?
Scream! We're getting out of here and we're going to run.
Island of the Damned, where a dream vacation becomes a nightmare.
If Hitchcock and Salvador Dali had a baby, and that baby smoked clove cigarettes while studying art in Rome, it would direct The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. This is Dario Argento's debut film, and it didn't just redefine the Italian giallo genre, it launched it into the stratosphere of hallucinatory elegance. The plot is deceptively straightforward. An American writer in Italy witnesses an attempted murder through a glass window and becomes obsessed with solving it. But nothing in this film is what it seems. Not the bird. Not the plumage. Not even the glass. Argento doesn't just shoot scenes, he composes hallucinations. Every frame is a crime scene inside a dream sequence. The camera stalks characters like a predator with a PhD in modern architecture. And the sound design is utterly bizarre. Typewriters click like gunshots, footsteps echo like drum solos, and Ennio Morricone's score weaves between lullaby and impending psychotic break. The twist ending? Let's just say it weaponizes your memory against you. This is a psychological trap that makes you question how your own brain processes truth. If you don't feel slightly less confident in your own perception of reality by the end, congratulations, you're already part of the experiment.
There is a dangerous maniac at large in this city.
Do you really love me?
Sure.
So, those are 5 twisted, under-the-radar 1970s thrillers that don't just entertain, they perform invasive surgery on your frontal lobe. Did we miss any underground head-wreckers? Drop your recommendations in the comments. We're always hunting for that next cinematic fever dream. And if you haven't already, check out our Movies That'll Break Your Brain playlist. It's basically a curated syllabus for film-induced existential crises.